What is good, guys? Welcome back to another brother to brother chat. First sip. Woo! Damn, that's good. And guys, I'm sorry. Today I left you guys empty-handed. Like, there's no platter, there's no fruit. Um, just because I just had brekkie. You know what? Nah, I'm not gonna do this to you guys. Hold on, I'll be right back. Here you guys go. Carrot today. This is the fruit of choice. Fruit. What am I talking? Vegetable of choice. Mm. And today I'm gonna be surrendering this topic to my boy who commented. I asked you guys what do you guys want to see in the next video. Who said I want more Muay Thai content. Unfortunately, I can't show you guys the Muay Thai here because I have no one to spar right now. No fights. But let's talk about Muay Thai. Why did I ever? I just want to get this straight as well. I am not a pro fighter. I'm not even an amateur. At best, probably an amateur. Like, I do Muay Thai. I fight Muay Thai for fun. Alright. Like, I am a very average Muay Thai fighter. Alright. I wouldn't even consider myself good. Right. But the reason I do it, and there's a particular reason why I do this sport in particular, it's because there's no other sport that gives me the same level of thrill as what martial arts does. And growing up, I did Taekwondo, which is like mainly the kicking thing. I got my real good kicks from that. I did it for 10 years. Got like black belt Dan 3. The best thing about my childhood was Taekwondo. That built me, I would say, arguably, it built me to the man I am now. The competitiveness I have, the the resilience, etc. Like all that probably came from martial arts. Like the first thing when I have kids, they're going into martial arts. That's a guaranteed. There's no other sport that builds that level of grit as martial arts does. And hmm, so as of like probably 3 years ago, I started getting into Muay Thai because, quite frankly, Taekwondo it was good as a sport. Yeah, you get cool kicks and stuff, but it wasn't a very practical form of self defense. And also, like, it wasn't that much heavy hitting, and like you didn't actually learn how to fight like properly. So I went into Muay Thai, and coming from a martial arts background, I obviously learned quicker than the average person. So we did that for around 3 years, on and off, and it's such a fun sport. Like, but the reason I like is because it's like total self accountability. Like, if you lose, somewhere you fucked up. If you get knocked, no one ever gets knocked out by accident. I know people say like, um, oh, lucky punch, all that. There's no such thing as a lucky punch. There's no such thing as a lucky punch. You had your hands down and he clipped you, right? And it's so reflective of life, like full accountability and being calculated in your approach. Because fighting, for those that don't fight, I'll explain something about martial arts and just fighting in general. It's a lot more of a thinking man's game than you think it is. It's like chess, but with, I think Joe Rogan said something like this. It's like uh, chess or a logical puzzle with dire physical consequences. That's it to sum it up. Because if you mess up somewhere, if you misread something, you're getting knocked out. You're gonna get hurt, right? So it's such a high risk thing, but I love it. I love it. There's nothing that gives me more excitement than sparring, and it really does test this. Like, people think fighting is a lot like a physical, like the stronger guy, the bigger guy wins. Yes, if you're stronger, bigger, it has its advantages, but it's not the biggest part. It's literally just a mind game. Even the people that are able to outfight others, like better endurance, better combos, all that. That's all to do with IQ. Like, it's all to do with your mindset. So it really helps with mindset wise. So I'd highly recommend it to anyone watching this. Go sign up to your gym. It's a lot more friendly than you think it is. No one's going to beat you up. I think a lot of people, they start off like, that's why they're scared to start initially, because they don't know shit and they're scared to like take the first step into learning martial arts because they're scared like they go in and they're just going to get beat up. But trust me, it's not like that at all. Everyone who knows martial arts are probably like one of the most self-controlled, kind people, you know? Because, with great power comes great responsibility. You can't like, if you're a bad dude, like the characteristics of a bad dude is like a coward. And that guy wouldn't learn martial arts. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, it's mostly good people that train. And yeah, I think it's also another funny point of martial arts that kind of relates to like life is most people lose a fight not because they forgot the basics, but because they messed up in the fundamentals. Like that's why most people lose fights. They haven't had their hands up at this time, or they didn't punch with the correct technique, or you know they got their eyes off their opponent for a second, or lost focus. Like most fights are lost by failing to do the fundamentals correctly, and it's the same with everything, bro. It's the same with physique development as well. You don't do the fundamentals of training, nutrition, sleep properly, you're not going to get the physique you want. Like that's the most common reason why 99% of people don't get their physique, because they're failing the fundamentals. It's like that with everything. So that's also another interesting point too. But I just love it. Love it. Probably one of the best things I've ever done in my life. Learn how to fight. The confidence you get from doing that is incredible. Yeah, I'm so bad at other sports as well, which is kind of like something that drew me closer to martial arts, because I was like, I'm actually good at this compared to everything else. I know, like I might look athletic, but trust me, when it comes to ball sports or anything like that, I am horrible, so bad. Like coordination wise, I am so bad. I'm only good at punching and kicking, maybe a few racket sports as well, but other than that, I'm clapped when it comes to sports. So that was also something that made me closer with martial arts, because I'm like, yeah, I'm actually good at this. But yeah, it's a lot more of a thinking man's game as people make it out to be. You have to be very switched on to do well, especially at like a high level. And it's kind of ironic because like I'm a med student, so I'm meant to be being healthy and like healing other people and like saving people from brain damage, but I'm getting brain damage myself at night. Like it's like save people by day, kill them by night sort of thing. I see the same person in the ER that I damaged the night before. Like it's ironic. It's kind of funny that I'm studying medicine and stuff, but like I fight as well. But I think that's part of being a guy. You got to be multifaceted. You got to have different skills that you're good at. I think that's part of like masculinity. I think is like being good at multiple things, being that like jack of all trades. And I know people say like jack of all trades, master of none, but they forget the other part, like the last part of that quote, which is still better than master of one, right? Like jack of all trades is such a good thing to have as a guy, because you're undeniable. It doesn't matter what realm you're in, you're undeniable, right? So like for me, I always wanted to stack those stats. Like I liked the idea of maxing out my stats in all the aspects. I'm like, if I can't fight, like what's the point of that? I need to know how to fight. Like that's part of being a man. Not that I'm gonna fight other people, but just like presence. There's something about you that changes when you learn how to fight. You don't become more aggressive. It's actually the opposite of that. You become more peaceful because you control the dynamic, and people respect you more for it. Yeah, going back to like the med school thing as well. It's like it's a bit of contrast with what I do. Like I'm studying and then I'm fighting and I'm also, but that's part of it. You got to be complete. And for me, that's like learning how to fight, getting in the best possible shape as possible, like getting the best possible shape, being really good academically, but then also like business as well. People always wonder as well, like what martial arts would I start if I were to start? To be honest, they're all amazing, but like the main ones that you would go, like if you're young, I would say like taekwondo, karate. But like if you're like, that's like 10 years old or younger, probably like even younger than that. But if you're above 10 years old, you got to start like some contact sport, and that's like, I would say either boxing, Muay Thai, or some form of grappling like BJJ or wrestling. Those four, you'll be undeniable, bro, if you just learn one and get really good at it. And then, of course, you can mix them. Like, that's what MMA is for, mixed martial arts. That's something that I'm starting to get into. I'm starting to learn wrestling, learning a bit of grappling. And there's such a humbling experience about doing BJJ. It's fucked. I like to think of myself as someone that can defend myself really well, right? I head into the mats at BJJ, and there's someone half my size who's like a 50-year-old absolutely ragdolling me the whole time. You know, if you like, it's the most humbling experience ever. If you go BJJ and you don't know anything, man, it's a whole nother world. And I did it for like 2-3 months. I took a bit of a break because I haven't been able to find a gym recently. But the learning curve is so steep when it comes to Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. It is so steep. Like, you be training for 6 months and still feel like you know nothing. And there are black belts that have been training for 10 years, like decades, and they're still learning things every single day. The complexity of that sport is probably one of the most deep and rich I've ever seen in my entire life. Like BJJ, it's a whole nother game, you know. And the thing about fighting is like we actually have to untrain ourselves of how we're primitively think fighting is meant to be. Like, our bodies aren't actually meant to fight the way that we do, like the way that we do in martial arts. Like, our fists, our knuckles, they aren't meant to punch hard things. That's why they get broken all the time. And it's the same with like moving your body in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's like you have like ankle locks and like, you gotta wrap and do all these things. It's very unintuitive. So getting into it, if you have never gotten into it before, it's like learning a language, literally. So it's so fun. Like, for me, I'm a very studious guy. I loved learning. Med school, I was in the books. I like it. So being able to get that skill acquisition, being really, really bad at something and getting incrementally better each day is really fun for me. So, but also, like, it doesn't rely on other people too. Like, if you're lost, it's your fault. And not that I like don't work well in a team. I absolutely love team stuff. But there's something nice about knowing where you went wrong. For me, I always struggled with not knowing the answers to something. I don't like that feeling. But in martial arts, it's very clear where you messed up if you lose. It's very clear. And if it's not clear to you, it'd be clear to your coach. So it's full, like I said, full self accountability, which I love. I like hitting things. I just like punching, kicking. It's my thing. So yeah, that's what got me into it, and probably one of the best things I've ever done. Best things I've ever done. Character you build, knowing how to fight is so good. If you're a guy and you don't know how to fight, you must learn how to fight. Even if it's just like, just become good enough. I'm not saying like sign up to any pro fights. For me, I'm completely doing this recreationally. I just like it. I haven't done any like proper fights yet. I might. Stay tuned, maybe next year. But I haven't done any proper fights yet. So for me, it's really just like a recreational thing. I do it for fun. You know, just tap here and there. Just play. When I spar as well, it's not hard either. Like, I don't like to injure the other person, nor do I like to get injured. So I set the pace and I keep it very light and playful, and we have fun. So yeah, that's my approach to martial arts, and I'm sure other people have different thoughts too. My favorite fighter, I really like Yuri Prohaska. He's like a Viking looking dude. Like he's actually a savage, bro. And I love his philosophy. It's like real like energy flow, and he's real like peaceful. He seems like such a chill guy behind the scenes too. So I really like him. Also probably I really like the fluid strikers like Anderson Silva. Um, Even like Sugar Sean. I know he's like really hyped nowadays, but I just like the way they strike. I really like that like flow state style striking. I find it really satisfying to watch, and it's like really entertaining. UFC is like so entertaining. I haven't been able to catch up to lately on UFCs because it's just like such a siebes because I don't have ESPN, and for me I have to like pirate it, and it's like 2 hours, 3 hours of my day gone if I want to watch a full card, and it's just like too long. So like to be honest, I've been a real I've been a real casual lately. I haven't been up to date on anything, so don't ask me anything about the UFC. But um, you respect as a sport. Like it's such an entertaining thing to watch, man. Like watch a UFC fight and compare that to like a football match, and you're never gonna want to watch a football match in your life. That's my opinion. It's so boring compared to fights. Like fights is the most exhilarating thing you're ever gonna watch in terms of sport. That's why ever since I started getting into fighting, I haven't liked anything else because it numbs you to everything else. When adrenaline is so high and there's like so big a risk and it's like that high risk, then you get like that high of fighting that you become numb to everything else. Nothing else becomes enjoyable. Ah, it's been real. As usual, have a blessed rest of your day, guys. And that's me, Chad the Chad, brother chat. See you in the next one.